Good morning. It is Monday, October 27th. I'm Whitney Turner. Thank you for joining us for Catch Up Quick, WVLT's daily fastcast, airing 10:30 in the mornings, Monday through Fridays. All right, well, the Knoxville Police Department is mourning a lieutenant who served Knoxville for 2 decades. KPD announced that Lieutenant Gordon Gwathney died yesterday morning during a hunting trip in North Dakota. The Sevier County native joined KPD in 1997, and many in East Knoxville knew him as Officer G. He served as Austin East High School's first ever school resource officer early on in his career. Gwathney was also a member of the U.S. Army and a Tennessee National Guardsman. Well, a 17-year-old is still missing out of Blount County after more than a month. The sheriff's office says Sarah Gerardo Guillen was last seen on East Broadway in Maryville. Deputies say her family has not heard from her in weeks, but they do believe she could be in Knoxville or surrounding areas with a man who has not been identified. If you know anything about where she could be, please give police a call. And a Knoxville man is suing ICE, asking for the reason why he was detained. Alejandro Guizar Lozano, a Knoxville resident known for fighting for immigrant and worker rights across Tennessee. He was detained by ICE on October 15th while reporting for a routine appointment in Smith County. He's now filing a lawsuit against ICE for a writ of habeas corpus, which will require officials to prove why Lozano was being detained and whether or not his detention was unlawful. Meanwhile, a man is facing charges after a deadly crash that happened Friday evening in Alcoa. Officials say Ronald Weaver was going around a blind curve on Williams Mill Road at Oak Hill Drive when he hit another car. The driver of that car, Jesse Malone, died at the hospital. Investigators found that before the crash, Weaver had sideswiped another car in a separate crash on Old Knoxville Highway. He's now charged with vehicular homicide, driving under the influence, and leaving the scene of a crash. Nearly 100 workers will be out of the job after a resort in Cumberland County announced it's permanently closing. The club, Wyndham Resort at Fairfield Glade, sent a notice to the State Department of Labor. It said the resort will be closing December 31st. 88 workers will be laid off. It says a local response team will coordinate services with the resort and the impacted employees. And the government is still shut down now in its 27th day, stretching into week 4. Airports are starting to see slowdowns as they face staffing shortages from air traffic controllers and TSA employees. President Donald Trump announced essential workers like active duty military members would be getting paid after the Pentagon said they accepted an anonymous gift of $130 million for their pay. And more than 600,000 Tennesseans who rely on SNAP benefits could see a delay in those benefits starting this weekend if the federal government shutdown continues. That's what's going to happen on November 1st. State Democrats have asked Governor Bill Lee to call a special session to prevent them from losing the SNAP benefits. But the governor said the program is federally funded and states can't load benefits onto customer cards. In a social media post, the governor accused Democrats of holding federal dollars hostage. However, one baby formula brand has announced that they're giving a discount to those losing their SNAP benefits. The formula brand Bobby offering the discount. It cuts the price from $28 to $14 plus shipping. The brand said this is their way of helping families cover the out-of-pocket costs to feed their babies. Those eligible for the discount can get the formula on Bobby's website. We've got a link to it inside your WVLT News app in the As Seen On section. And the State Department of Health calls it a significant public health threat. It's called neonatal abstinence syndrome. And a doctor we spoke with says East Tennessee is particularly affected.
With the increase in the opioid epidemic, that affects women, which ultimately affects babies.
Tonight on WVLT News at 6 and streaming in your WVLT News app. We are breaking down where East Tennessee compares and the challenges still remain to bring down those numbers.
And now, your first alert forecast with meteorologist Belle Oliver. We have seen rain all Monday morning long so far and still have a good bit of rain out there for your Monday. Notice there are some dry spots down towards Newport and back down towards Madisonville and parts of the Southern Valley there, but still a few holding on showers, some heavier spots too, where we see some of that yellow color across the Cumberland Plateau. Most of the majority of this continuing to work to the north and to the east, but we'll still see a good amount of rain today. There's kind of a zoomed in view of Knox County. Some heavier showers about to work through South Knox right now. Clinton in that dry spot, and then Strawberry Plains about to get a few more of those showers too. A very dreary scene across downtown Knoxville this morning. Very heavy cloud coverage. There's been some breezes of some wind there, kicking up some more of that rain into the air today. And for the rest of your Monday, we're still going to be on that high alert for more of that heavy rain, and also watching out for some ponding on the roads too, and potentially some low visibility with a lot of those heavier downpours. So walking you through hour by hour for the rest of your Monday, expecting more of those rain showers to return as we look towards that noon hour on your Monday. So if you have any plans getting outside for lunch or taking some lunch to go, make sure to just grab that umbrella, that rain jacket. We'll still hold on to more of those showers continuing later on this afternoon, picking up the kids, taking them, home later on this afternoon, taking yourself home. Maybe I'm going to see some more impacts, especially on that evening commute back to your house from work. And then as we look towards that 7 o'clock hour, we'll start to see some of these showers start to break out a little bit and start to lighten up, especially by that 10 o'clock hour. Starting to see more of that rain becoming a little bit more scattered in nature. So a lot of that heavier downpours were this morning, and that'll continue over the next few hours. This is not the only rain chance we have. We have another rain chance coming tomorrow, and then another big push of rain on the way looking towards Wednesday morning. That's that 6 o'clock hour. More rain is pushed in by Wednesday afternoon into the nighttime hours. So if you're already having plans for some trunk or treating Wednesday for some churches or some fall festivals, looking to be pretty wet, but thankfully things are trending drier as we look towards Halloween on Friday. It's going to be pretty chilly though, but we're still in that first alert weather day today on your Monday for those off and on downpours throughout the rest of today, and we'll hold on to a few more of those showers and storm chances going through about Thursday.
All right, thank you so much, Belle. WVLT is proud to be your official station on the Vols. What we expected to take maybe a couple of weeks only lasted 3 days, and the search certainly didn't go far. UT Athletic Director Danny White has named Josh Elander as the baseball program's new head coach. Take a look. The guys were really excited about this news. Elander is receiving a lot of support from current and former players. VFL Garrett Crochet told our media partners at VolQuest, Tony Vitello and Josh Elander are the same coin, just two different sides. Same coin in that they're all about winning. And Eric Kane of VolQuest tells us what makes it different.
Tony is fiery. Tony will get in your face. Tony is animated. And not to say that Josh Elander can't be that, but Josh Elander's a little bit more grounded. He's a little bit more reserved. He's a little bit more business-minded. Not to say Tony Vitello was not about business, because obviously he was. It's just they're two different personalities. They're not the same person. I thought that's why they kind of work so well together. I think it all kind of goes hand in hand. They have the same goals. They have the same mindset. They have the same plan to get that in place. But how they go about it, I think Josh Elander and Tony Vitello are very different.
Elander played a huge part in helping Vitello build this program to where it is today. You can watch right here inside your WVLT News app as UT introduces Coach Elander officially this morning, coming up at 11:30. And another win over Kentucky for the Vols, this time a 56-34 road victory. Tennessee jumped on the Wildcats early, taking a 21-7 lead at the end of the first quarter. Kentucky would continue to put up a lot of points, but they were unable to get many stops. Quarterback Joey Aguilar, terrific in this game, throwing for a season-high 396 yards along with 3 touchdowns. 3 different Vol receivers going more than 100 yards. Head coach Josh Heupel is happy with his signal caller's performance.
He's calm. He does have really good touch. He trusts his wide receivers. He's got good rapport with them. Has a strong arm, but it's a catchable ball too. And I thought I saw the field really well tonight too.
The Vols are now 6-2 on the year, 3-2 in SEC play. And Coach Josh Heupel will be live right here in the WVLT News App today at 12:15 as the Vols get ready to face Oklahoma Saturday in Neyland in dark mode uniforms. The 18th ranked Tennessee men's basketball team hit the court for the first time this season. The Vols took on 6th ranked Duke in an exhibition game. The Vols played well in the first half, taking a 6-point lead into the locker room. A cold start on offense, allowing the Blue Devils to take the lead early in the second half. One they would never give up, winning 83-76. Some promising signs for this year's Vols. Transfer Jacoby Gillespie puts up 19 points. 5-star freshman Nate Ament adding 14 more. But inefficient shooting and poor rebounding hurt the Vols in this one. The real thing starts next Monday when Tennessee hosts Mercer at 7. And Saturday was National Drug Take-Back Day. It was a chance for people to get rid of any unused or expired medication sitting around in their medicine cabinet. Metro Drug Coalition teamed up with KPD to host a take-back event. Officials say people often flush or throw away medication they don't need anymore, and these events make sure prescription drugs are properly disposed of. Metro Drug also gave out free lock boxes for people to store their medicine in. Officials say these can keep kids from getting their hands on potentially dangerous drugs.
It's really important to keep medicine safe, just so it doesn't get into the wrong hands, or also just in terms of keeping the environment safe.
KPD says they collected more than 547 pounds of prescription drugs at this weekend's event. Do you have a kid who loves art? Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency is encouraging them to show off their skills in a national fish art contest. Students from kindergarten through 12th grade can enter for free. All they have to do is submit original artwork of any Tennessee native fish. They're able to submit one 2D piece and one 3D piece. The final day to send in artwork is February 28th of next year. We've got the information for you inside your WVLT News app. And after today, Dollywood is going to be closed for the rest of the week. This gives crews time to transform the park into Smoky Mountain Christmas. That kicks off Saturday. Crews will finish up decorating during the closure, but Dollywood says they start months in advance working to put this together.
We the People, celebrating 250 years of America. Sponsored by Garza Law Firm.
On this date in 1858, Theodore Roosevelt was born. As a child, he suffered debilitating asthma and had to overcome health problems his whole life. His wife and mother died on the same night, devastating him, sending him to the American West to recover his spirit. Roosevelt became president at the age of 42 and led the progressive movement. He was the first non-European to win the Nobel Peace Prize. Thank you for joining us on this Monday. Remember, you can stay up to date on WVLT.tv, inside your WVLT News app, and on WVLT social media pages. We're going to be right back here with your top headlines at noon.